Welcome to AI Historic Expeditions. We're continuing our series on influential women of French history. In our last episode, we stepped into the life of the formidable ELEANOR of Aquitaine. In the next episode, we will journey into the world of Madame de Pompadour. But today, we're exploring the fascinating life of a woman who dared to challenge the norms of her time, Amantine Lucile Aurora Dupin, more famously known as George Sand. Before we start, don't forget, we've got a special gift for you, a free PDF filled with rare and interesting facts about George Sand. Make sure to download it from the link in the description below. Sand was a woman of many talents, a novelist, memoirist, journalist, and so much more. In her lifetime, her fame soared higher than that of even Victor Hugo or Honoré de Balzac in England in the 1830s and 1840s. With over 50 volumes of works to her credit, she was a tour de force in the European Romantic era. Now, one aspect of Sand that really stood out was her unconventional attire. You see, in the 19th century, women needed a permit to wear male clothing. Sand defied this rule, donning male attire without a permit. Not only was it less expensive and more comfortable, but it also gave her access to places which barred women. She was even known to smoke tobacco in public, a habit not yet sanctioned for women of her time. If you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our historical expeditions. Let's delve into the personal life of Sand. At the age of 18, Sand married François Casimir Dudevant, and they had 2 children. Her romantic pursuits were numerous and diverse, involving notable figures such as the novelist Jules Sandeau, dramatist Alfred de Musset, and composer Frédéric Chopin. Sand's relationships were not just limited to men. She also had a romantic relationship with actress Marie Dorval. By the age of 27, Sand was Europe's most popular writer. Her works were in such high demand that 4 separate editions of her complete works were published during her lifetime. Even after her death, her literary estate was sold for an impressive amount. Her work was greatly admired by her peers, including Honoré de Balzac, Gustave Flaubert, and Eugène Delacroix. Even outside of France, her influence was profound. The Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky was known to have read many of her novels, and even translated one of them into Russian. Sand's writing often highlighted social issues, and she was an advocate for the poor. She was deeply involved in the 1848 revolution in France, believing in the ideals of socialism. Later in life, Sand developed a strong interest in spirituality and mysticism, incorporating these themes into her later works. George Sand passed away on June 8, 1876, at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy that was as unique and bold as she was. She was buried in her private graveyard behind the chapel at Nohant-Vic. A century later, a plan to move her remains to the Pantheon in Paris sparked controversy. So, that was the story of George Sand, a woman who defied conventions and created a place for herself in a world that tried to restrict her. As we continue our journey exploring influential women of French history, join us in our next episode where we delve into the life of Madame de Pompadour. Until then, keep exploring. This is AI Historic Expeditions, your time-traveling guide to the past. Until our paths converge again, farewell.